Welcome everybody to another edition of the Valpo Women's Basketball Weekly. Brandon Vickery with you from Valpo Sports Info. Glad to be joined as always by the head coach of Valpo, Mary Evans. And coach, another close game yesterday. And let's start with some of the real positives from that game against North Dakota State. I thought your team's rebounding was something that stood out. Plus 10 in the rebounding category, your best rebounding performance of the season. You had 4 players with 8 rebounds or more. How'd you do it on the boards yesterday?
I think we made a real effort this week to focus on that. We talked a lot about making contact and everybody pursuing rebounds. So I think the young ladies did a great job. We had an over-the-back call from a good block out where we actually hit somebody. So I think there was some really good carryover from what we focused on this week in practice to the game. And I was really happy with the rebounding, and I was actually really happy with the majority of our defensive effort most of the night. We had some breakdowns, but I thought we did a really nice job guarding them for most of the night.
Yeah, you talked about the defense and holding the opposition to 51 points is always good. What'd you see on the defensive end?
I thought we, for probably through 3 quarters, did a great job being in help side. I thought we made more plays. We never really stole the reversal passes, but I thought we made their catches a lot further off the 3-point line, and I thought our ball pressure was better at a lot of times. But we did have some breakdowns late in the game that cost us some points.
Let's talk about the offensive end a little bit from yesterday's game. What did you see in the third and fourth quarters?
I think rewatching it, I think there was a lot of positives, and I know it's hard to say that when you only score 48 points, but we focused a lot on trying to share the ball this week in practice and play with a better tempo and get the ball moving back and forth instead of just having a singular screening action. And I actually thought our movement was pretty good in a lot of possessions, and it didn't always end with a made basket, but I thought it ended with quality shots, and we just have to do a better job now making those quality shots.
Elise Pitts neared a double-double yesterday,
Yeah.
10 points, 8 rebounds. What does she bring to the table? What did you see yesterday?
She, a lot of energy. She, I thought, had her best game by far this year. She's such a dynamic guard. She's so different than anyone else on her team, and she can really affect the game on the defensive end of the court. So I really loved her energy. I loved how hard she played. She rebounded the basketball. She defended. She made some big plays down the stretch that let us have a chance to make a 3 late to possibly tie it. But I just love the energy she brings, and for as much as she's missed and as much practice as she's missed, I think she's doing a great job picking things up, and I really am looking forward to seeing how her season progresses.
We've talked plenty about Addison Stoller, but another solid performance from her. Double-double. She finally broke through. She'd been maybe a rebound or 2 shy. She got that first double-double of her career. And you talked after with the local newspaper about how she's the type of kind of a model player for your program. Why is it that she's the type of player you want?
Well, I just think that Addison's been through a lot. I mean, she's had a lot of injuries and she's fought through a lot of adversity, and I think she really appreciates every moment that she has on the floor. And I think she's an extremely hard worker. She asks questions. She tries to do things right all the time. She never has a day off. Like, she never comes in and has a bad day where she just isn't wanting to work and practice. Like, you get a consistent effort out of her every single day. And so I think that it's a real maturity that she has, and we're lucky that it's only a sophomore on the floor. But I would really like our team to start to develop that maturity and that demeanor and that workmanlike attitude of coming in and doing their work and going as hard as you can, because I think it just translates into good things for people.
You look ahead to this week, it's a busy week, and you face a quick turnaround for Wednesday and then an even quicker one for Friday.
Right.
The opponents are Purdue Fort Wayne and Bowling Green. Just what are your expectations as you look ahead to this week?
I think they're going to be the expectations for every game, and that is that I want our team to come out and play with great effort and play as hard as they can. We talked about that last night, and if by playing hard you give yourself a chance to win. But without doing that, you don't. And so I would like to see us come out and play with great effort. I'd like us to continue to work on the things that we worked on last week, continue to get better every day defensively, having less breakdowns than we had last night, and then offensively continuing to understand what we're trying to do, continuing to grow as a team and sharing the basketball and playing as all 5, and having everyone on our team start to get an aggressive mentality. Looking to be a threat every time they touch the ball. I think moving forward, if we can do that this week, we'll be very happy going into the Christmas break.
One more thing I wanted to ask you about. We talked about defense, but how about the 3-point defense specifically? 4 times this year you've held teams to 2 made threes or fewer. That's something Valpo hasn't done in a full season. I went back last night in over 10 years. How have you done that?
Going into last night, they had some players that really shot the 3 well. So I know we had 4 players on our scouting report that we wanted to run off the line, that we didn't want to allow to get catch and shoot threes, and we did allow them to get a few more than I would have even liked them to get. But I think they were highly contested ones, and they were difficult ones, and it's just got to be a focus. I mean, we talk within my team about some of the analytics and the math that goes along with winning games, not just and how teams want to score. And the three-point shot is a real threat. So to try to limit that and force people to make pull-up jump shots or to score over people and help is kind of our goal. And so they're buying into it, and they're doing a good job. And we just have to continue to progress with it and continue to get better.
There she is, the head coach of Valpo, Mary Evans. Again, a busy week for Valpo, a 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 Eastern start at Purdue Fort Wayne. You can follow online on valpoathletics.com. And then back home, hope to see you at the Arc on Friday at 5 p.m. as Valpo hosts Bowling Green. For all the latest in Valpo athletics, visit valpoathletics.com.